When it's too late for Crime Stop, it's time for It Happened Last Night. I'm Staff Sergeant Max Thompson, and I've got news for you as we take a look at the Security Police blotter to find out what happened over the weekend. The weekend blotter started at 7:14 Saturday morning when a colonel's wife told Security Police that someone had broken into the storage room of their on-base quarters and had stolen a girl's bicycle, barbecue utensils, a barbecue spit pole and motor, and a shovel. The total value of the stolen items was $51. Another colonel's wife later related that a storage room next door had also been entered forcibly, but nothing was reported missing. A clerk at an Angeles City hotel phoned Town Patrol and reported at 7:18 the theft of 2 wallets. A staff sergeant and a sergeant stated they believed a Filipina had taken their wallets, containing a total of $18, their IDs, and personal papers. At 7:40, an airman first class reported that someone had allegedly stolen his motorcycle parked in front of the base radio and television station. A pickup order was initiated, and the airman first accomplished a statement. At 11:30, a staff sergeant related that he was assaulted by an unknown number of Filipinos near the main gate and had stolen his wallet containing $500. A search of the area proved unsuccessful. He accomplished a statement of the robbery. 20 minutes before midnight, Filipinos at a nightclub on Highway 3 told Security Police that an airman first class was causing a disturbance. Police arrived and found the airman first arguing over the price of beer. He was transported to Town Patrol headquarters. There, the airman first acted in a drunk and disorderly manner. He was released to his section commander's custody. At 12:35 Sunday morning, a chief master sergeant related that someone had removed 2 purses from his on-base quarters while he was giving a party. The purses contained a total of $105 and 119 pesos plus personal papers. A search of the area revealed that the purses were found in a yard on another street. The money was missing from the 2 handbags. A sergeant at 110 was picked up for Liberty Hour violation on Jake Gonzalez Boulevard, and when he was apprehended, the sergeant acted very belligerent. He was taken to Town Patrol headquarters and charged with Liberty Hour violations and disorderly conduct. He was released to his first sergeant's custody. At 4:20, a master sergeant's wife stated that her husband had accidentally taken an overdose of medication. The master sergeant was transported to the hospital for observation after it was learned that he took about 10 Darvon pills. A GS-9 at 8:35 related that someone had stolen his secured auto from his Abacan residence. Civil authorities were notified, and a pickup order was initiated. A master sergeant's wife was apprehended at 2:05 after she was observed attempting to leave the main BX with 6 ashtrays and 3 yards of material. The value of the items was $16. Investigation showed that she entered the woman's restroom and disposed of the items after she was asked to have her belongings checked. She was transported to headquarters for further investigation. At 2:25, a staff sergeant called Town Patrol headquarters and related that someone had stolen a portable TV and 25 pesos from a secured Marisol residence. It was learned that only 4 people had keys to the residence. Civil authorities were then notified. An airman first class was charged with failure to obey a lawful order, provoking speeches and gestures, and disorderly conduct at 6:15. Investigation showed that the airman first failed to pay a jeepney fare. Town Patrol asked him to pay, but the airman first refused. He was then apprehended, and the airman first acted in a boisterous manner. At Town Patrol headquarters, he failed to obey lawful orders, using provoking speeches directed at the Security Police. The airman first was later released to his commander's custody. 5 minutes later, a first lieutenant related that while he was traveling on Highway 3 in Balabago, a Filipino reached into his car and snatched a $16 wristwatch. The officer accomplished his statement. At 7:05, a civilian stated that someone had allegedly attempted to gain access to his off-base quarters by breaking the front door lock and the rear door. He also stated that he believed that a threat was being made on his life. Finally, at 11 o'clock, an unidentified Filipino phoned headquarters and stated that there was a disturbance at a Josefa subdivision cocktail lounge. Town patrol was dispatched and learned that a sergeant, apparently intoxicated, became berserk and began to break flower pots with his fist. He also smashed a wooden divider in the bar. The sergeant was transported to the hospital and treated for severe cuts on his right hand. At Town Patrol headquarters, he was belligerent to police, wanting to know what he did wrong. The sergeant was charged with destruction of private property and being drunk and disorderly. Later, he was released to his charge of quarters. You've been listening to What Happened Last Night, the program that lets you in on what takes place at Clark from day to day. It was produced for radio by the Clark Office of Information. I'm Staff Sergeant Max Thompson, AFPN Radio.
In the bright, exciting sound of